I feel like this past week has been complete and utter chaos. We're going to talk about why it's astrology time. Let's look at the energy for the week ahead. The main culprit of all the chaos has been the fact that the sun has been on Uranus all week and it peaked over the weekend. Now we start the week off on Monday with that on its way out as the sun starts to move into Gemini. That's not all we have going on Monday. And all that is going on will ask us to wrap up the old chapter of change and innovation. Everything that chaos has brought to light will start to close out this week. Also on Monday, we have the moon in Aquarius, opposite Mars and Leo, forming a T-square with Mercury and Taurus. So again, there might be some conversation that we need to have that's challenging, maybe emotional, about wrapping up whatever this chaos created for us. Also on Monday, Jupiter in Gemini is challenging the North Node in Pisces, as Venus in Aries and Mars in Leo are harmonizing with one another. So there are gifts, there are miracles, opportunities of positivity through all this challenge and conflict and chaos. We also have Saturn at 29 degrees in Pisces. We'll be moving into Aries this week. So again, big wrapping up, closing out of a chapter, a major cycle, maybe has been going on for the last 2 to 3 years. On Tuesday, Gemini season begins. The moon moves into Pisces and challenges the sun in Gemini. Again, bringing up maybe some emotional friction or tension around the new direction and how we're communicating ourselves to get there. But again, with Venus and Mars harmonizing with each other, there's a lot of opportunity for positive changes when we take inspired action. Don't let people trample over us. On Wednesday, the moon in Pisces starts to move over North Node and Saturn as Mercury gets really close to Uranus. This could bring about an emotional shift around the direction we're headed and what we're doing in terms of our discipline, our commitment to get there, to make our dream a reality, and how we're communicating that vision from a grounded place and taking mental action on the changes we need to embody. This could create a lot of mental anxiety, so have your grounding practices, meditation, yin yoga, going into nature, scheduling time away from technology so that you don't spiral and create a mental tornado. On Thursday, the moon moves over Neptune in Aries, again creating more spaciness, fogginess, especially of the emotional kind. This could also bring about a really emotional release or heightened intuition. It helps us to realize something we need to emotionally release in order to move forward. Again, Venus and Mars are harmonizing all week, so the more you can take action on what brings you joy to initiate this new beginning for yourself and maybe stepping into a new identity related to that, the easier this transition and chaos will be. That is amplified on Friday by the fact that the moon will move over Venus and harmonize with Mars, adding an emotional intensity and amplification to this energy. Then later on Friday, the moon will move over Chiron in Aries. There could be some big emotional wound or trigger that is released. And then on Saturday, the moon moves into Taurus while Saturn moves into Aries. We will also have Mercury conjunct Uranus, amplifying that mental chaos or need for innovation and change and your mindset around things and how you're grounding yourself and embodying the change that life is showing you may need to make. It will be amplified on Sunday as the moon moves over this conjunction as well. And the sun in Gemini will be harmonizing with Pluto in Aquarius. The change you need to make is majorly supported. Trust in the process to make it happen while upholding your boundaries, especially around people who would try to distract you or avoid you or convince you whatever you know to be true is not true. Stay rooted and grounded in your truth. You will see a positive change from all this chaos and turmoil. How's it showing up for you? Come find my YouTube for your weekly horoscope, and I'll see you next week.